Some ominous news on the injury front for the Seattle Seahawks today. Now it's been rumored and kind of reported but not made official that the Seattle Seahawks will place linebacker Uchenna Nwosu on the injured reserve because of his thigh. They probably won't do that until Thursday. That's when they really have to make that move. And when they do that, look for Jamie Sheriff to be called up from the practice squad. And unfortunate news there as they get ready to prepare for the San Francisco 49ers. Also, real quickly, the Hawks signed Ezekiel Turner to the practice squad and then released rookie linebacker Devin Richardson to make room. So let's get to the
So the main thing is to study film and get your body right. So really just around the clock work for a lot of guys. Younger guys, been just talking to guys about how to prepare for this week. Obviously a short week, and so the key thing is that mastering your routine and then getting all the things that you need, that you feel you need to be prepared for the game. Trying to crunch it into 2-3 days. But it's what it is, and we got. I think it obviously it starts up front. Our guys up front who've been doing a great job in the run game, just making sure that we're relying on those guys. Letting them take over the game, and so Grubb's going to call the game according to what he sees. Obviously, it's always important to be balanced and to take advantage of all the weaknesses in the defense. But our running game has got to be the defining factor for our offense. And I think as we go along throughout the season, obviously the pass run numbers, they tend to balance up. But we definitely want to run the ball. We definitely want to be physical up front. We want to set the tone that way, and we need those guys. We got great running backs. We got great linemen, and we got to continue to rely on those guys. Again, it just comes down to what's the best, play for the situation, given situation. And these NFL games, man, they vary. It's not going to always be the same thing every week. And so for us, man, like you said, play action, you need to run the ball in order for it to be effective. That's what they say. But, we came out and we hit a big play action, and, we really didn't have a lot of plays in the first half, but it still worked. So as long as you're doing the right things and calling plays at the right time, it should be. Well, there's obviously they're great at causing turnovers. You talk about personnel. Nick Bosa, one of the better DNs in the league, and then you got Fred Warner, Mike Backer, one of the better middle linebackers in the game. They got playmakers all around the defense. They play together. They fly around. They got swagger. They're proven. They believe in themselves, and so they come right in. They're not going to try and trick you as far as scheme goes. They're going to line up and force you to beat them for 60 minutes, and so we respect them. They've been a great team. Especially in recent years, and it's time for us to go out there and get it done. You can tell that guys are starting to get the system down and really understand and anticipate what to do and what's happening next. And I think again, like, this is something we've built throughout the season. You don't want to be at your best right now. You want to be peaking late in the season. Like, that's what the best teams do. And so as we're working through things, as we're working through the process, I think we're continuing to get better. And I see the improvements. And, I think it's been showing up, at times on game day, but I think it could be better.
We're almost there. Everybody's still fresh and new. And, 5 games in right now, going on 6. But nobody's panicking. We're just going back to the table, working on fixing the things we need to fix. And I got full faith in this team. We practice hard, we work hard. I just want to make sure that, hey, I grab the pad, I'll see if I see a look, and I see where they can fit it. I can tell them, like, look, if this person is doing this thing where you can fit right here, and it will eliminate a bunch of the space and eliminate some of the things that they can take away, so they can also get in coverage as well. All they do is run, and then they go play action, and then they drop back a little bit, throw the ball. But I think the quarterback play, if I can test that question, has changed it a little bit. But I mean, it's basically probably the same thing I've seen for the past couple of years.
All right, so there you go. You saw some of the B-roll, and today was a light practice for the team. They were not in pads. You could see that. And then just you heard from, the 2 coordinators, and really what this game is about is the run. For the Seahawks, they have to be able to stop the run, and then they also have to be able to run the ball. We've talked all week about it. Talked to Ryan Grubb, and he admitted that, you saw that. Yes, he takes ownership for the team not being able to run the ball. They just weren't enough touches for Ken Walker, and that is going to be a point of emphasis. But sure enough, the 49ers are going to know that, so then they're going to, stack the block with Fred Warner and all their, linebackers there. So it's going to be interesting on the will here in terms of, can the Seahawks run the ball? And in terms of stopping the run, the Seahawks have struggled, and part of that, we heard from Aiden Darden, the defensive coordinator, and also Mike McDonald talked about this. He said it's on 3 levels. All 3 levels on defense have to be able to play together. That is, the front line has to shed off the blocks, keep disciplined, and then set the edge. And to complement that, the linebackers have to shoot the right gap. Against the Giants and the Lions, they weren't doing that. They were shooting the wrong gap, or the gap wasn't there, and then the run went outside because the linebackers did not the defensive line did not set the edge. So you need that to happen, those first 2 layers of defense, and then your back end is going to have to read that and come up when they need to. That is, read that it's a run play. They obviously cannot, your DBs cannot leave their pass defense priorities and get taken in on play action. So they have to be very careful, and that's going to be the key in the 49ers with Purdy. If they're going to run play action, can the Seahawks DBs be patient enough and not have to bite? So patience is going to be a key. Communication between all those 3 layers on the defense, and then, of course, execution is the other one. From the VMAC and Renton, I'm Osvita Maria for the CascadiaSports.net report. Thanks for watching, listening, and subscribing.